Welcome to Space Coast Entrepreneurs TV and Radio. This is The Extra Mile, and I'm your host, Tom Fuller. I'm also the CEO and founder of SpaceCoastEntrepreneurs.com. Each show, we interview a different successful business owner from the area or entrepreneur who has great insights to share on topics that are of current relevance and that can help you to be more successful in your business. Today's guest is going to be Andrew Gall of the Gall Group, and we'll be welcoming him shortly. To see this show and other shows that are as they come available, you can go to www.spacecoastentrepreneurs.com. Hope you enjoy the show, and we look forward to seeing you along the extra mile. Welcome to the Extra Mile, Space Coast Entrepreneurs Radio. Today we have in the studios with us, we have Andrew Gall of the Gall Group. So welcome to the show.
Good to be here. I appreciate the invite.
So tell us about what the Gall Group is. I mean, you and I met the other day at a business networking event by some our friends at the Community Credit Union put on. They do a great business breakfast every single month, and then that's a great event. They bring in different speakers, and I had the opportunity to come speak on social media and marketing. And so tell us about what you guys do and what we were talking about up there.
Well, actually, that's how you and I met, Tom, was because of the talk about social media marketing. I do work for the Gall Group, and I'm the director of e-marketing. And we're a diversified company. We offer everything from executive insurance products to relationship marketing tools and support. And we've just rolled out our e-marketing products, web design and support, logo design, email marketing campaigns, and social media marketing campaigns. We're really excited about what we've got going. It's an exciting program.
That's interesting to talk about that, because that's something that's a big hype these days, is some of the media marketing, the social marketing, and actually marketing in general, because the dynamics of the marketplace have really changed over the last couple of years.
They have. With the economy being the way it is, there's so much fear, there's so much trepidation of putting yourself out there, spending the money on advertising, and those campaigns have been just slashed to the bone. And people are looking for ways to stay in front of consumers without having the budget to do so. And social media has become a huge answer to that. There's a consumer base of millions and even billions of people when you get global that use social media for networking, business networking, catching up with friends. And businesses have found that that's a great way to get their products, their name, their brand in front of people, and also to keep up with what people are saying about their brand.
Yeah, that's an important thing as well. It's funny because you were just telling me, we were talking about before the show today about somebody putting out social media is. And I think everyone is completely confused about what it is, because everybody has so many definitions. And you also have social media, you have social networking, you have social media marketing. Where does all this, and where do you think we're going with all this?
Absolutely. I read an article the other day that talked about Web 3.0. We've gone through so many different
Just you don't know, we're still in Web 2.0. Yes. Just so you know where we are right now.
There's been so many changes in the internet since it really came full force onto the scene, and the way people are using the internet is different for every person you talk to.
Absolutely.
And all those terms of social media, it seems like there's a new one coming out every day. Somebody else will come out with a new word for what's being done on the internet. And I think it all boils down to the same essential philosophies that people have been doing business by forever. But there's just new tools to do them with.
Right.
When there were new marketing philosophies during the Industrial Revolution, and everybody thought these will never work, this will never last. And obviously we see that that wasn't true. And those kind of things have happened all along. It doesn't make sense now with this new technology to not think that this is going to be something that's here for the long run.
Yeah, and just for those of you who know, the reason that I'm sitting here with Andrew right now is after our business breakfast we had the other morning, we saw some things in common, some things that were some interest, and we scheduled time to sit down and meet. We were sitting in our conference room here talking, and it sounded like a radio show. I mean, the questions going back and forth, we were discussing some of these topics, and we said, this is something that's really relevant, something that people need to hear. They need to see, they need to think about, because it is very important. And social media can be very beneficial to companies.
Absolutely.
But if it's not used correctly, it can actually damage your reputation and cause you some real problems.
That's really the key. That's really the key. People are hearing social media is the big thing. And so they jump on the bandwagon without any direction. And a lot of times they do. They hurt themselves because they don't have the right perspective on social media. It's not going anywhere. People aren't going to get rid of a tool that makes it easier to communicate.
Right.
That's not going to change. And the detractors, I just don't think understand that. The telephone didn't go anywhere. The telegraph even farther back. All of those had their detractors. They had their critics. But technology
Email.
Yeah, exactly.
Email.
Technology that makes it easier for people to stay in touch isn't going to just be a fad. It's not going to go anywhere. And making sure that you approach the new technology with the right perspective is really the key. If you do it wrong, you'll hurt yourself.
Well, and I find it interesting because you talk about the difference between email and, say, social networking, such as Facebook, LinkedIn, some of those. One of the key benefits between the two is with the social media, you allow who you connect to.
Absolutely.
And now you got some positives and negatives about that because a lot of people are just allowing everybody. And the real issue you had with email is the spam.
Yeah.
Your email gets out there, everybody CCs someone. In fact, I got an email a few days ago saying, hey, do this, this, and this, and you'll get a free laptop by emailing 3 people.
Sure.
Yeah, we know that's true because people give away free laptops for you sending emails that they couldn't send on their own. But that's a whole other story. And what's happened with social networking is that people are allowing just everybody under the sun to connect instead of people that they know. And then that's essentially you're getting spam. But for those who use it correctly, you can actually keep within a circle of influence and communicate with people, have top-of-mind awareness.
That's really the key. Targeting your marketing area is such a huge benefit of social media. It allows you to specifically go after the people that you want to go after. You can search for them by age, any kind of demographic, and make sure that your brand is in front of the people you want it to be in front of.
And we mean go after them in a positive way, by the way. It's to reach out and be able to connect to the people that you want to connect with and that can benefit from your products or service if you talk about it from a business perspective.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions about social media is that people think it's a new revenue source. And it's not. It's a tool for communication.
Correct.
All it is a way to stay in front of your consumers in a way that's never been possible before. This kind of social networking is a very personal type of use of the internet, even more personal than email. And by getting into that kind of an arena with your brand, you form a personal relationship with your consumer. You build trust. You build that relationship that enables buying power. And it's a pathway to a revenue source, but it's not one in and of itself. When people approach it that way, they scare people off.
And they're greatly mistaken when they turn around and say, where's my money? I'm
Absolutely. Why am I using social media and not making any more money? It's because you're not using it the right way.